In November of last year, I made a video chronicling the then 1-year career of Twitter e-celeb and cartoonist FallenChungus, and the endless, absurd drama that came along with it. I won't be reiterating things, so I highly recommend watching that video first if you hadn't. But by the end of that video, it seemed like the FallenChungus legend had reached somewhat of a happy ending, with the near 100k follower FallenChungus account being sold to and ran by LittleBuddy, with Chungus himself focusing more on real life and not having to bear the brunt of a huge audience that he clearly could not handle, logging off and focusing on his real life. However, just 3 months later, his downward spiral has resumed and continued to depths previously unthinkable, as through countless alt accounts, major crash outs, and some disturbing new reveals about his online presence, he has only become a more infamous and fascinating figure. The YN Arc. So let's pick up where we left off. Starting off light in December, Chungus avoided any major drama. He mostly stuck true to his promise of spending less time online and focused mainly on posting some pretty funny comics as well as stuff relating to his Roblox game on the That's Mojo account. It also appears he had moved out of his parents' house by this point and was on a job search. That isn't to say he had completely changed his ways, however, as there were still a few smaller situations he found himself in. Notably, Chungus got in a spat with an objectionable member of the Friday Night Funkin' community, which Chungus himself is also a part of, ending with him posting his docs on Twitter. But this surprisingly resulted in very little attention compared to everything else we're going over today. What got more traction, for some reason, was Chungus deciding to use the acronym YN, short for Young N-Word, in a tweet. This resulted in some minor backlash from his audience, which he decided to strongly defend himself against. Mix satire post with the dreaded evil acronym, get told I should die and be murdered, use the dreaded evil dastardly acronym again in retaliation because they were being retarded, get told to die by like 30 more people. How do you get into drama every day, Mojo? It doesn't matter because in the end no one actually cares, and it's not going to lead to anything. It's just empty sitter-light activism for brownie point farming. There's nothing else to discuss. However, his stance changed a few hours later when he tweeted this. "Okay, I just talked to my mom and she scolded me on why saying that was really fucking stupid. And it's not an excuse, but I've been dealing with some heavy depression and my job search is going awful. So it's made me irritable. That on top of the way my main way of responding to criticism is getting really defensive. It's easy to not see what you're doing is wrong when people agree with you, but I'm done giving into that. I sincerely apologize. It's not going to happen again." I don't know how this conversation even comes up with your mom over Twitter drama, but whatever. Being the first big backlash Chungus experienced since we last checked in, it appeared to get under his skin enough to drive him to delete the That's Mojo account and leave Twitter for what feels like the 20th time. His emotional spiral continued when LittleBuddy made light of the situation on the FallenChungus account, leading to this exchange where Chungus calls off the deal between the two, where LittleBuddy would commission comics from Chungus and advertise his Roblox game on the FallenChungus account. If you're just gonna fucking be like everyone else, I don't want to continue this deal we have. What do you mean? Liquid would then post a pretty funny poll asking when people thought Chungus will return to Twitter, with 70% voting for 1 week. And they were right, as a week later, Chungus reactivated his account to once again speak on the YN stuff, before quickly closing it again. I wanted to drop by and actually sincerely apologize for the acronym stuff. I haven't said it since. I don't come from a racist family. I wasn't even particularly irritable at the time. Hell, I didn't even talk to my mom. That was just a bull-faced lie. It was just me being retarded and saying shit out of line. This totally meaningless lie by Chungus is something that starts to become somewhat of a trend. It becomes clear he is quite an unreliable narrator for his own life, with things he's previously outright denied being admitted to later, only making it harder to parse fact from fiction, the increasingly more complex FallenChungus story. 1 week after this, Chungus would once again reappear, now under the new That's Mungo Twitter account, with a tweet hopeful for 2025. New year, new Chungus. I'm already setting up for New Year's, and my new philosophy for the big 25 is to stop giving a fuck. Coming to terms with social media and its consequences is a vital part of that to me. The FartingChungus Arc. In January, things were certainly looking up for Chungus. He had started working out and got a job as a teacher's aide, making this pretty wholesome tweet about it, which was honestly very nice to see. Of course, there was still some smaller drama as always, such as him complaining over how LittleBuddy set up a FallenChungus Discord account titled Chungcord, which had a Diamond Chungus role for $5 a month, which I suppose people actually paid for, resulting in Chungus fully disowning Liquid once and for all. Low-key forgot how much of a grifter Liquid is. I don't know why I even endorsed him after Diamond Chungus was introduced to the story. Not making this a huge deal, but I simply do not want to work with him anymore from here on out. If you want actual Pinhead content, follow me. I've grown to really dislike Liquid in terms of management and personality. Like, it's selfish to claim, but he doesn't fucking do anything. He has no talent, and got access to 80,000 people because of my mental illness. The defining event of this period, however, would have to be Chungus's mega thread dedicated to exposing the issue of minors within the Friday Night Funkin' community and other fandoms inadvertently being exposed to not safe for work art. Within the thread, he also specifically goes after fat fetishists for some reason, and lambasts the prevalence of 16+ accounts posting risque fetishy artwork. This is a serious issue, and I think it's worth having a discussion about, and it's even somewhat admirable for him to use his platform to do that. But unfortunately for Chungus, few people bothered reading or discussing the focus of the thread, as it was all overshadowed by the very first few lines. So, insane cold open here, but I have a fart fetish. This has been theorized as well as framed on me numerous times throughout my history online, and after it all, I'm here admitting this fact to be 100% true. I'd rather have it be me saying it than some random exposed thread. The whole fart fetish thing was somewhat known due to his bookmarks being leaked back when LittleBuddy acquired the account, although Chungus outright denied them being his at the time. This of course once again propelled Chungus back into the limelight, with tons of people outside of the usual fans and detractors coming to laugh and gawk at the sheer absurdity of the situation, which according to Chungus was actually part of his plan, as it greatly signal boosted the thread. Although he expressed dismay at how people only seemed to engage with the fart fetish stuff and not the main point he was trying to make. The sheer amount of people just fucking off from the thread because of the first tweet is kind of insane, and on them more than anything. Shows how little people care for the aforementioned topics, which is kinda sad and concerning. Not my fault. This situation, whilst being quite funny, ultimately didn't have any major consequence or backlash, although the revelations it brought about Chungus will become very relevant later on. A few days later, on January 21st, Chungus decided to move to a new account under the handle FallenChungus and undergo a rebrand. This rebrand came with a new look for Chungus, being this very friendly looking pinheadified Sona of himself. Throughout the rebrand thread, he writes in a much softer tone than usual. For a long time I struggled with how people view me and the negative opinions that form, but I've slowly over the course of many months learned to come to terms with differing opinions. You really can't please everyone, and as much as I'd want to, that isn't possible. My goal online, random drama here and there aside, is to make people smile, and I want to host fun projects and create content that people want to share with their friends and laugh about. This thread was positively received overall, and after seeing how he handled the fart fetish situation without his usual huge meltdown, and was generally appearing a lot more level-headed, I and a lot of others were hoping to see a more mature and productive Chungus under this new FallenChungus banner. And at least for a time, that appeared to be true. Chungus would post updates about his job, which seemed to be going well as host YouTube live streams where he'd work on his game and make art. But this only lasted for about 1 week, as on January 26th, an ex-friend going by Boing on Twitter got in a spat with Chungus after he had leaked a Friday Night Funkin' mod that he was working on, retaliating by posting some strange content Chungus had sent on Discord. First was this bizarre text exchange. "Yep, you're going on my plap list, buddy. I'm 15. Might want to take me off that list. I'm 45. But more crazy was some private art drawn by Chungus, one of which was incestual fart fetish art of the Animal Crossing characters Isabelle and Digby. Oh boy. This art and comment surfacing of course brought a slew of mockery and criticism towards Chungus, which spurred him on to quickly deactivate his new FallenChungus account, then hosting a livestream that same day in which he debated Boing over the ethics of his Animal Crossing fart fetish art.
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, at that point, it's up to your
I don't know anything about Animal Crossing. Are they siblings or what are they?
They are, but it's not like they're fucking. It's not like they're farting on each other and loving it. It's like,
Okay,
It's obviously sexually based, though.
She's just involved.
She's just involved.
But no.
People would change their Discord names and call Chungus, trying to get his attention throughout this stream, some begging him to log off, and others simply to mock his unfortunate situation.
Why are people just trolling, bro?
Well, why don't you get another
What?
character to react to the fart? I know how terrible that sounds, but why don't you get another person other than Isabel to react to the big stinky fart, you know?
Leading to an even bigger crash out, and then that same day, he would post his 8th suicide threat of his short career. It's over. There's no point in coming back. I've burnt every bridge, every relationship I have online has been severed completely. I just want to move on. I want to stop being an object of hate, a scapegoat for people to laugh at and mock for their own amusement. Whether it be today, tomorrow, or the latest day after, I am going to die. Chungus would reactivate his account and fire up a livestream the next day, letting everyone know he was fine.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm just not. I don't have plans to. I don't want to. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know where to go from here. Like, realistically, like, where do you go? Oh my god. Vinsky, shut the fuck up! All of you people think you know, like, what is best for me. You fucking don't. In this, I want the 300 fucking people in this stream to just reflect. Just take a minute and be like, wait, I am just a fat fucking retard. Like, and it's still going. It's still going. There's still people in the chat going like, deactivate. Like, what the fuck do you think I'm gonna do after this stream? Continue posting? No. There's no fucking reason to. Okay, I'm sorry about like just going off. Honestly, it's for theatrics. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. I just like talking loud.
Frankly, I feel kinda bad saying this, but with how many times Chungus has done this, I barely blinked reading his note. But I do feel bad for the guy he was arguing with, who seemed to be worried that he'd caused Chungus to do something drastic, with him posting this in the stream chat. You made me think there was blood on my hands. You made me think I was the reason you ended it all. You fraud. And Chungus responded to it on the stream, showing very little empathy, despite complaining about how people treat him the same way.
You made me think I had blood in my hands and that life was ended up due to what I did. I threw up thinking someone died because of me. No, you fucking didn't, boing. Shut up. Shut up, bro. Like, be so fucking serious, dog. I am so tired of your ass, dude. Like, bro, these people in chat are retarded. You are holding the keys to your own prison? Like, I get what that means, but, like, why you gotta be an English teacher about it?
As well as this, Liquid Chungus actually weighed in, with a pretty succinct summarization of the whole situation. That's Mojo makes it hard to be on his side, man. Are you really going to commit because you leaked an FNF mod and drew Animal Crossing fart incest? This is the definition of chronically online. Literally none of this matters outside the screen. He is holding the keys to his own prison. Anyone close to him, please reach out to him. For the love of God, take his Twitter away. I never want to see this guy online ever again, and I mean that for his own safety. As well as this, a number of his online friends spoke out against him in these posts on screen now. Finally, drawing an end to this situation, Chungus rebranded his account to The Pit, made purely to post about his Roblox game. Chungus claimed the account is ran by his friends to prevent him from getting involved in drama again. However, he quickly had a change of heart and deactivate this account before holding one final short livestream, declaring he was leaving the internet for good, something that he ended up holding true to, for one day. The LittleBuddy Arc. The very next day, on the 28th, users on the lolcow discussion site Kiwi Farms discovered Chungus had a secret account he was still posting on during all this drama, including right after he posted his death note. Going under the name LittleBuddy, this was an account dedicated to more fart fetish art. There are a lot of drawings here. I don't know, I assume he draws this to cope with his stress or whatever, but the need to post it online using his usual art style, as if there's any possibility people wouldn't realize it's him, is truly perplexing, to the point it almost feels like he wants to get caught for the sake of more drama and attention, even if it's in some weird subconscious way. Something that, by this point, many people online were theorizing. But regardless, things would take an interesting turn when Chungus actually entered the QE Farms thread to leave a comment clarifying his mindset. Going to be the last time I write here, but I do want to confirm this is That's Mojo. I feel like I fully accepted that I'm a lolcow at this point, and how last weekend transpired shows that completely. If y'all weren't right, I wouldn't be here with all my friends lost, accounts deactivated, etc. If you're wondering why I'm even here, it's literally just to tell you guys that you were right. I just want to move on from That's Mojo, FallenChungus, and the rest of my accounts. Although I do have one request. Yes, I am running the LittleBuddy account again, and all I ask is to not leak it. I understand it's degenerate, but that's also the point, to have an outlet. Again, there's really just no way to salvage the shit I've damaged, and in the end, whether I'm continuously monitored or not doesn't matter to me. I partially thank Huey for helping me realize that. I feel like a loser, shit sucks, and now I can only post fucking fart art. But at the end of the day, I brought this onto myself. Inevitably, of course, Twitter found out about the LittleBuddy account, and despite the strange nature of the art, I feel like it's ultimately harmless. But drama sprung from it when a user named Kane discovered and tweeted that Chungus had drawn art of the Hello Kitty character Kuromi, which is apparently 6 years old in canon, causing some to accuse Chungus of being a creep, which he defended himself against adamantly on the LittleBuddy fetish account. And your first thought was to drop this in front of a bunch of FNF fans who are likely 13? Dude, I was just minding my own business, and the age argument is really fucking annoying, cause in most media Kuromi owns businesses. She's not 5 to 6 in the drawing. You don't have to broadcast this. You said you were leaving, then started drawing fart porn within the week. Yeah, on a different account separate from That's Mojo or FallenChungus. It was Kane's choice to randomly publicize this for engagement. You need to get a grip. That's not leaving, that's just putting on a fake mustache and walking right back in. Chungus would continue the age debate and ultimately relent and delete the art. I do believe this is an honest mistake on Chungus's part personally, and I truly don't think he's some kind of predator, but the drama brought a ton of attention to his secret account, ruining his desire to post his fart fetish art in peace and driving him to delete the LittleBuddy account. His spat with Kane would continue off-platform, however, with them having a debate over Discord the next day.
Out of all the other people that like follow you and support your works, the people that are shitting on you are so fucking few and far between compared to the people that actually care, or at least are ambivalent and don't hate you.
I feel like an asshole. I feel like I've ruined fucking everything, and I just want you people to know that. I want you to understand that, because that's what I feel like no one is understanding. I feel ruined. I feel everything has been ruined. And that's my piece. Okay?
Yeah, we know.
In my opinion, at this point, it's like we've been sitting here trying to like give you advice, shit to do. You haven't stuck to it. I'm not gonna try and shit on you for that. It's long gone. It's happened. What's happened has happened. It's beyond the point of damage control. I'd say just you have to step off social media for at least like a year, bare minimum. Just sort yourself out.
Chungus will return to Twitter on the 30th of January, after reactivating the Pit Studios account where he would proceed to tweet 27 times in the span of 2 hours, seemingly totally burning bridges with every remaining associate and continuing to defend himself over the Kuromi drama. I am not going to be your generation's Chris Chan. I'm not going to kill myself, by the way, no matter how much you fat toothless retards want me to. I'm just playing around and wiggling my toes a bit. Is that not allowed? Just come back as someone else. Kiwi would find me in like 2 days, and I'd be Mr. Sanrio pedophile again. None of you fuckers are realistic. Part of me wishes I wasn't doing this, or denouncing my old friends, but they already left me and weren't coming back, so what's the point? Lol. Seemingly every remaining online friend of Chungus would post a tweet lamenting over how they had tried so hard to help him only for him to throw him to the wayside. The next day Chungus would draw the arc to a close, returning in a more stable mental state and posting a final message on the Pit Studios account, apologizing to his friends and vowing to leave the internet for good. It should be abundantly clear I'm not coming back as Stats Mojo. I truly do apologize to each and every one of the people who considered themselves fans. I apologize to my close friends whom I built strong bonds with just to sever them, and I apologize to the critics who spent time and effort trying to provide valid perspectives on my bullshit, just for me to throw them to the wayside. I ruined such a clear and simple path to success due to my own hubris and hatred of the world. Finally ending this extended arc, the next day, Chungus made a final appearance in a live interview with the commentary creator Aiden Underground. Throughout the stream, he revealed he had gotten a full-time job, which he was smartly very vague about, on top of continuing his teacher's aide position part-time. He also explained his plan going forward.
I'm going to, for a year, for the rest of 2025, I'm not going to touch Twitter or any socials like Instagram, like Tumblr, anything that I want to use, like Blue Sky. I'm not going to touch any of those. But then in 2026, somewhere in 2026, not at the start of 2026, I will probably make a new account and try to build from there, and never mention my face, never use my voice, nothing.
And by the end of the interview, to prove his intentions, Chungus agreed to give away access to his only remaining Twitter account.
Hold on. I'm deleting my phone number right now off the account, and I'm going to change my password. And I'll give it to you. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
How do you change your password?
So I ended my last video hopeful for Chungus to improve his mental state and relationship with the internet, something that for a time he seemed to be doing, but ultimately his internet addiction and complete inability to ignore hate, no matter how small, insisting on fighting back only for it to inevitably blow up in his face time and time again, is something he'll clearly take time to move on from. I know Chungus has claimed to be leaving the internet countless times at this point, but throughout making these videos, I've read and listened to him speak so much that I can say this time truly feels different, and an extended, or very extended, break from being a public figure online is probably the best outcome we can hope for at this point. Despite destroying his online life, there is still a real world out there, holding endless possibilities and chances to start over. So, when Chungus inevitably rises again, hopefully far in the future, I hope it can be in a much more mature and positive form. Please don't let another FallenChungus happen, for all our sakes.